you think it's impossible to love things right now. Why is that? Because you think that things are so bad. Right, things are pretty bad. The thing is, bad doesn't actually exist. It's something that we have in our mind. We think that bad are things that we have to be afraid of. Bad are things that we have to prevent. There's nothing that we have to prevent. Nothing. Not a single thing. It's all okay. I know it's freaky and but it's all okay. All of it. The whole totality of it all, it's all okay. Why? Because everything is lovable. What that means is you can love everything. And you might think, well, that is not all that matters because of pain and, other things that could happen to you. Right? Pain is being afraid. You cannot be in pain without being afraid at the same time. Pain is being afraid. Fear happens to be the opposite of love. Love and fear, the complete opposites. You can love everything. Literally everything. Completely everything. And because you can love everything, you can love everything. Because the situation is, if there was one single thing that you could not love, then it would make sense to be afraid of shit. Okay? Take, for example, shower gel, right? If you could not love shower gel, then it would make sense to be afraid of showers, it would make sense to be afraid of bathrooms in general, it would make sense to be afraid of modern civilization, it would make sense to be afraid of all kinds of things. If there's one thing that you cannot love, it makes sense to be afraid. But if you can love everything, then you can love everything. Then you really don't have to be afraid of anything. And this all boils down to one key thing that I actually think, if you think about it, probably all of us can basically agree on, which is the fact that you can choose. Now that I think of it, maybe not all of us can agree on this, but this is the case. The case is that all of us, each and every one of us individually, can choose to love or to be afraid of anything. So it's your choice if you're afraid of a wall. It's your choice if you're afraid or if you love this piece of glass. It's your choice if you're afraid or if you love your job. It's your choice if you're afraid of or love your teacher. Anything. A piece of metal, a piece of rubbish. You can love or fear anything, and it's only up to you what you love and what you're afraid of. If there's one thing that you have complete agency over, it is whether you love or you fear. Why does this matter? It matters so much because the second that you realize that you have complete agency over whether you love or fear, you actually feel that agency and you actually make use of it. Because it's like this with anything. If you believe that you cannot do it, you don't even try, you don't. So if you believe that you cannot love certain things, then you don't try, and so you don't. And so the first step is that you believe that you're able to love things. And actually loving is so easy that as soon as you think that you're able to love things, you can love things, and you do love things. Just like that. The hard part is believing that you can love things. That's the hard part. Right now we're like, oh, I'm such a poor, miserable person because I cannot love all of these shitty things and it sucks and then of course you're stuck in this because the only way out of it would be for you to believe that you can love it. Which is only down to you, because you're the only person who can show that to you. Nobody else can take you and force you to love something and thereby teach you that you can love it. The only thing other people can do is they can show you that they can love it. hoping that that inspires you to think that, well, if they can love it, then I can love it too. So if you want to take back control of your life, you might think it's about all of these little things, right? Look, all these little things that you're afraid of, there's three options. So the first option is to try to destroy it. Right? It's the kind of thing that you do when you try to destroy something that you're afraid of, and if you somehow manage to succeed at destroying it, you'll have like an evil smile, like ha ha ha, destroyed it. It's that option. The thing is, whatever you're afraid of, it will always come back in another form. But that's one option. You can try to destroy it. It's futile because it will always come back in another form. But you can try to destroy it. Option one. Option two is you can run away from it. You can spend your whole life running away from it. Right? Which also sucks because if you at some point think that you've managed to escape from it, it'll come back in another form again as well. The third option, which is to love it. To love what you're afraid of. And that option will simply make it so that it's okay that this thing exists. And then, if it's okay for you that it exists, it's no longer a problem in your life, and all the little things that you think are the problem are no longer problems, and they're gone. Not because they're gone, but because you're no longer afraid of them. That's really all you need to take back control of your life. So take back control, responsibility over your ability to love or be afraid of things. And that's why the only thing that matters is being aware of the fact that you can love things. And that's what this century in the human race is all about. This is the thing that we need to focus on right now. I think all of us are so afraid, and all of us are in this position where we're desperately either trying to destroy what we're afraid of or running away from what we're afraid of, and it's complete fucking chaos. And the way to get out of this and up, the way to progress in the 21st century is to learn to love. Running away is no longer an option. Fighting is no longer an option. It will just end up with the earth being like a whole fireball of love is an option. And what we need in order to love is to know that we can. To remind each other that we can love things. You can start by loving little things. You can love a shower gel, you can love water, you can love your job. You can love all of those things. You can love your teacher, you can love your pupils. You can love the weather, your home, your country, the world. I think it would be great if instead of telling each other exactly why we have to be afraid of this and this and this, we spend time telling each other exactly why we can love this and this and this and this. Why it's okay to love. And it's okay to love because each and every one of us, literally each and every one of us, not just hypothetically, philosophically speaking, literally each and everyone can love everything. All it needs is that we believe that we can. You have free will. You can choose love.